Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Rika and this is Rika Life. I want to thank you so much for stopping by today and watching my video. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel so you can stay up to date on all the yarny goodness happening here. I love to crochet, I love yarn, buying yarn, and I'm always just looking at patterns. When I'm crocheting, I'm thinking about wondering if I could be crocheting more. Sometimes I wish I had like 4 or 6 or 8 hands so I could just, whiz through my stuff. I have such a long list of patterns saved in my library on Ravelry, and I'm constantly looking at patterns. I'm constantly saving things, and I feel like there's not enough time and there's not enough hands. If I just had more hands, I could do it all. So, the top I'm wearing right now is one that I made. This is made with Red Heart. It's a wrap rainbow, and it goes from blues to greens to oranges to red. And I have a few videos where I've shared more details about this. You can go back into my videos and look for that. You'll see me wearing this in the picture, in the thumbnail picture. So I am wearing this today. And today I'm very excited to share with you some finished objects. I have the yarn with me. I have the yarn labels with me so I can share all the information with you. Hopefully I remember, but yes, so 2 finished objects for today's video. So the first one I'm going to share with you is actually something I've made for a family member, and they wanted something for their prayer room. And they wanted something to lay down on the table in their prayer room. So, sorry, let me just get a sip of my tea. I'm having green tea. I don't know if you can see my mug. It says going back to bed. I got this from Joann's. They have lots of fun mugs like this. Okay. So yes, I made something for a family member's prayer table. Just something to lay down, and then they would be able to put their pictures and idols and other things on there. So this is what I made. I'm going to show it to you up close. I hope you can see the sparkles. Yeah, you can see them. Okay. So this is darker than what's showing up on the screen. The screen is showing like a Christmas red. It is a Christmas red, but it's a little bit deeper. It's like a more darker, not maroon, but a bit darker color. So what I have made, and I haven't woven in the ends. Okay, here's the correct side. So I have made like a table runner type idea. And so it is not super long, but it is long enough, I feel. When the family member asked me to make something for their table, I just immediately thought of this yarn because I think I had like a ball and a half or a ball and a quarter of this yarn, and this is what yarn I've used. So this is Big Twist Twinkle, and this is the color, I don't remember the name of the color, it's red of course, but so this yarn is 97% acrylic and 3% metallic fiber. So that's why you're seeing that sparkle in there. And it recommends an H5 millimeter hook. It is 100% acrylic. I mean, it's not 100% acrylic. What else? It's a medium 4-way. It's machine washable but dry flat. So I decided to use this yarn because it just had this beautiful sparkle in it. And I have made this pattern so many times now. I'd say like maybe even 10 times already. This is the block stitch pattern. It is all over YouTube. The first place I saw it was by Bag O' Day Crochet, Crystal over at Bag O' Day Crochet. I saw one of her tutorials and it happened to have this in it, and I fell in love with this. After that, I went searching to see what is this called, and I found out that it's called a block stitch. So you're doing a foundation row of a single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, and then the second row that you go, you make 3 double crochets in each of those chain spaces from the round below. It's a very simple pattern. It's a very easy pattern. It's a very fast pattern, and yeah. That's for my thumbnail. You'll see me do that in all my videos. Instead of waiting till the end and taking a picture, I'd rather just you know, smile in the middle of my video and I just take a screenshot of that. That's some of the behind the scenes for you. Okay, so yeah, this was my second or third time using this yarn. This is by Joann's Yarn, Big Twist Twinkle, as I mentioned. And I must have used, I think I used an I or a J hook, so either a 5.5 millimeter or 6 millimeter hook. And I really enjoyed this project. Even though this yarn has sparkle in it, it is not rough by any means. Of course, Big Twist Value is not the softest yarn out there. It's a basic, you know, acrylic value yarn, but it was great to work with. I would say this yarn is on the thicker side of a worsted weight. Some worsted weights are very, very thin and they still consider themselves a 4-weight, but this is definitely a good 4-weight. So what else can I tell you about this yarn? I had bought it in white, red, and then I bought it in yellow. So I've had it in 3 colors so far, and I'm enjoying it. And I actually was able to finish up all the red in this. So the red is finished. I still have white, and I think the yellow is finished as well. So yeah, I am enjoying this yarn. I found it in Joann's. I think they have it year round. The last couple times I went, they had it, and they had these Christmas colors, and that's what it really reminded me of. I think I actually bought this yarn closer to Christmas time. I want to say I must have bought it in October or November of 2023, and I thought that it was only available at that time, but it appears to be available even now. So you can definitely go and purchase that. There it is up close, the sparkles. I wish the color would come out good. It's much a deeper royal color than what's coming out up there. But yeah, I really I loved working on this. This was just a quick project. I whipped it up really quickly and then it was done. I still have my ends. I need to weave in my ends. I actually have a whole pile of finished objects that need the ends woven in. So I will be sharing with you my finished objects, and you will see that I have not woven in my ends. That is just my habit. I finish a project, put it on the side, start a new project. When it's time to gift, donate, sell, whatever it is that I'm doing with that project, that is when I go back and then I weave in the ends. I don't know why, but it's just like a finishing touch for me. And I feel like it is intentional because I kind of like to know where the project's going before I just finish it. And it kind of like brings me back to that project for a moment while I'm weaving in the ends. And it's kind of like that full closure that, okay, now this project is done. Now this project is going out into the world. I don't know if you can relate to that or not. Some other people might be weaving in their ends like right away and it's like project is finished, next. For me, it's not always like that. Sometimes I try to do that when I'm making like baby hats and I try to weave in the ends as I go, but I feel like it's just so much quicker once you get into the rhythm and you just, you know, you're just like making it and then you put it on the side and you make the next one, you put it on the side. And then I feel like I have like almost a weaving party where I'll sit down, I'll be like, okay, here are 5 finished projects or here are 10 finished projects. And now I'm going to sit down and only weave in the ends. And of course, I don't do that in the evening. So I try to do that in the earlier part of the day when there's lots of natural light like this. And that really helps me to see my stitches because then you, of course, you're using a yarn needle and, you know, I don't want to be doing it at night and be making mistakes or, you know, when you have to cut off your yarn at the end. I feel like that is the part that is like the most nerve-wracking where I'm like, don't cut the yarn, don't cut any of the pattern. And I'm just always like, especially now that I bought these embroidery scissors, they're so sharp. One wrong cut and my whole project will come apart. So I'm like really, really careful now when I weave in my ends. Sorry, I totally like went off on a tangent there. So yeah, okay. I have one more project to share with you today, and that is a bigger project. So when did I buy this yarn? Earlier this year, I saw this yarn being advertised. So, okay, the story actually starts at Hobby Lobby. So in 2023 and 2022, I bought yarn at the Hobby Lobby clearance sale. One of those years, I bought a yarn that had something like the yarn I just showed you, where it has like a sparkle in it, except it's not a metallic fiber. It's actually, what would it be? Like a nylon or something like that, of a similar shade that's woven in and gives the effect of being sparkly yarn without being rough on your hands. I used that yarn for baby blankets and loved it so much. I have not gone back to Hobby Lobby to see if they have that anymore. I'm not sure if they even carry it anymore because I bought it when it was on clearance. But then I got emails and things from Hirschner's, and they were showing a yarn that looked very similar. I'm going to show it to you. Hopefully you can see what appears to be the sparkle that would be in there. So it's that other yarn, that other thread that's woven in there. You can see that. And that is what gives the effect of being a sparkly, quote unquote, yarn. So I found this yarn. This is Hirschner's Baby Sparkle. Sorry, Baby Sparkle. This is a light 3-weight. It is 90% acrylic, 10% nylon. 3 ounces, 85 grams, 190 yards, 174 meters. It recommends an H 5mm hook, machine wash, dry flat, made in China. This is the color Thistle. Okay. So when I saw this yarn on Hirschner's and they had a deal for free shipping, so I bought it in 6 colors. I bought 2 balls of each color, and I have used up 6 of them. I have 6 left, and I'm going to share with you what I made. Now keep in mind, I have not woven in the ends yet, so it might look a bit wonky, but I hope it still, you know, still looks good. So it is quite big. So I made this giant granny square blanket. It has 12 squares, and each square is done like a granny square, not the one with 3 double crochet clusters, but the one with all double crochets. That's the square I made, and it's 3 by 4. That's what it looks like the long way. And I've just alternated the colors. So those are 6 colors. I had peach, yellow, a coral pink, purple, green, and blue. So I had those 6 colors, and I made, how many did I make? Yeah, 12 squares. So I made 2 squares of each color. So I made 12 squares, and then I joined them together. My join is just a slip stitch join in the back loops. And then I did 1 round of double crochets for the border, followed by a shell stitch, which I just made up. I think it's 7 double crochets, shell stitch. I'm not sure that you can see the sparkle up here. I'm trying to see if you can see that on the camera. I don't think so. But it does have that effect. So all of the yarns have this exact same effect, where that other nylon is woven throughout. And this is what I made. So let me see if I can, yeah, it's pretty big. It's a nice big throw or baby blanket. This was my first time using this yarn. I'm not sure if it is new yarn, but I will tell you, this was kind of a very confusing yarn for me, because when I bought it and I received it and I touched it, I was like, oh, this does not feel like that Hobby Lobby yarn. The Hobby Lobby yarn was so soft. It was like the softest thing ever. It was so soft, and I was like, oh, this would make a great baby blanket. This one, not so soft. Not like Red Heart Super Saver, but not what I would consider to be a baby yarn. So working with it, like, this is what it looks like. So it kind of has this like bumpiness going on because of the way it's wound and it's spun. And yeah, you can see it there. So I Let me just see if you can see it. Yeah, so you can see what it looks like. So I started making it and I didn't really, I don't know, I kind of like lost some of my hope that it was going to turn out really good because it was not soft. But as I worked on these squares and I went along with the project, I realized that it was just fine. So it is not the softest baby blanket, but it is it is nice. And in person you can see that kind of sparkle effect, and I think it's just like it's so beautiful. This light is hitting it so wonderfully right now. That is such a great representation of this green, of this coral. It's a bit deeper than what's showing up. The blue is exactly what's showing up. The yellow is almost exactly what's showing up. And then what other colors we have? We have the peach. It's a little bit darker than that. And I think I got all the colors. The purple. Yep, that's what the purple looks like. So this was a really, really fun project. This was, I actually whipped it up really fast. I think I finished making all the squares within less than a week. And I kind of started it on a weekend, and I think I started it on a Friday, and by Sunday I had like 6 squares done out of 12. So I was making really good progress with this. This was a really nice, fast project. I think I used an I 5.5 millimeter hook with this, and I used that throughout, and I really enjoyed working on this. So I don't generally make granny square blankets. You won't see a lot of them on my channel, but I really enjoyed making this one. So this was really fun for me. What other things can I tell you? Yeah, so this the white yarn that I used for the border is actually the exact same as this red one I just showed you. It's Big Twist Twinkle in white. And so it gives like, it kind of goes with that sparkle theme that's happening here. And it gives it like a nice finishing touch. So of course, now I'm going to sit and weave in all the ends. You want to see the ends, they're all on the back. Lots of ends. And I'll show you the front again. That's so fun. It's just a fun project, and I know it's called baby sparkle yarn, but it could just be a throw. It doesn't need to be for a baby. I'm always making blankets, and I'm always calling them baby blankets, but they don't need to be baby blankets. They can just be throws, they can be blankets, they can be anything really. So that's all I have for today's video. Please keep watching. I have lots more videos coming up, and I'm planning content in advance, so you'll see me regularly on here. I'll be sharing lots of things, lots of whips, finished objects, and I'll always have stuff happening in the community tab, so I'll be keeping in touch with all of you. So I wanted to thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a wonderful crochetful day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.